Hi, I'm Steve Shelburne, owner and operator of Shelburne RV here in beautiful Cleveland, Tennessee. Well, we're back here on another bright Monday morning here at Shelburne RV. Got quite a bit on our plate this morning. I've got a surprise for you guys. We're going to go up here and see who the new guy, well, not new, but see who the guy is here today. I've also got this big river ranch in here this morning that's got a basement air issue. The freeze sensor wire for the indoor coil had actually rubbed in two and had broken. So we're going to be pulling that out this morning. You've seen some other videos where we did river ranch repair. So we're going to be pulling that out this morning and getting that repaired. But got a little surprise for you guys up here. Got a guy that came in yesterday that's going to be doing some training with us on some new products. So let's go up here and see the big news. So Tori's got the basement air out of this river ranch. Now, you guys have seen on my other videos how we did that. Now obviously there's a lot of tape work that's got to be done, and of course the gentleman that owns this thing has done a real nice job. He actually went in here and did a bunch of work himself and cleaned it all up. But we're getting in here now, and you can see having to clean this stuff off. But the sensor for the coil had a problem. But the more we investigated it, look at here. Now, let's see if we can see what's going on down in here. I'm going to get my light out. Maybe you can see what you see down here. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it or not. Let's see if we can find. Yes. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. That right there is a dead mouse. So that mouse got down in there, was building a nest, and he's died down in there. So we're going to get that pulled out of there. We'll re-terminate these wires. We're going to fix that. That's for the capacitor for the indoor fan motor. So we're going to get that all fixed up. Probably go through here now. We know that there's been a mouse in here. We're going to check all the wiring just to make sure there's no other problems in here. And then we're going to get this put back together. All right, so let's go up here. I've got this big announcement. I'm going to show you the special guest that's here at Shelburne RV today. And that is Mr. Wayne from Ugly Shield Removal down in Fort Myers, Florida. You can see his truck right here. He is, Mr. Wayne is up here today doing training with us to teach us how to do Ugly Shield Removal. So yeah, he came in yesterday, and as you can see, we've got this big Monaco set up right here, and you can kind of tell they've been working this morning doing some training, trying to get this done. He's got all of his stuff set up here, got all of his chemicals, and they're doing the training on that. So Shelburne RV is going to be a authorized Ugly Shield removal center. We're going to be trained by Mr. Wayne, who go on there and watch his videos. Mr. Wayne's got several videos on YouTube, Ugly Shield Removal. You can go in there and see what he does and how he's been doing this for years. I can tell you, when we had a paint and body shop in here, my paint and body guy would remove some of this stuff, and what a nightmare. It would goo up the sandpaper. We just really struggled trying to get this stuff to come off, and one of my customers actually went down to Fort Myers and had Mr. Wayne go in there and take the Ugly Shield off of his, and he came back and told me all about it, and it intrigued me so much. I was actually on vacation down in Fort Myers, and I stopped by to see Mr. Wayne. I just called him, hey, can I come by and see you? I'd like to see what you're doing. And so made an appointment, came by, saw Mr. Wayne, and obviously, as you can see, that relationship just grew and grew and grew, and this is where we're at today. So we're going to talk to Mr. Wayne here in just a second. Just a great thing going on here at Shelburne RV. Give you guys the ability to get the same quality work Mr. Wayne's giving you guys down in Florida, but you just don't have to go as far. So being trained by him and having the right chemicals and doing it the right way, you know, we can give you the same quality as he's giving you. So let's give him just a minute, and then we're gonna talk to Mr. Wayne here. All right, so all this began with me just stopping by on a vacation. I just come by and seen Wayne, and you guys, there was a video that we did several videos back. If you go back, the lead video is actually a picture of Wayne and I standing in front of his building down in Fort Myers. But he is here today doing training. Like I said, we're going to be able to give you guys the same quality, the same materials, the same stuff that Wayne's doing for you down in Florida. You know, and we're actually gonna have the ugly juice here for sale at Shelburne RV. So if you want to try to do it yourself, that's fine. We're actually going to keep the juice in stock. You know, one of the biggest challenges I think you and I talked about was just the hazmat fee of trying to ship it. It costs so much money to ship this stuff all over the country, and he's shipping it everywhere, but the hazmat just really is eating him up. So this is going to give you guys who are in my area actually an option to be able to buy the juice here closer without having to do the hazmat.
And be able to buy the quarts.
Yes.
Because they're the same cost. So the cost is $60 to ship, and you don't have to pay it if you can pick it up here.
Right. And we're going to keep all that in stock for you guys.
Beautiful.
And if you're not comfortable doing it, obviously we're going to be trained to do it just like what Mr. Wayne does down in Florida. Yeah. So, you know, this is what we're doing, guys. You know, we're just trying to build this. We're trying to grow the Ugly Shield brand, and of course, this product works. You guys have seen the videos.
Thank you so much for having us, by the way, too.
Yeah, we're glad you're here, man. And like I said, this all started with me just having a customer that just had you guys take care of him, and he said, "Hey, this is great. You need to stop by and see him." And you know, just came down and seen you and your dad, and you were working out in the sun doing it.
We can't thank you enough for all that help too. It really means a lot to us, you know.
And we've sent a lot of business your way, and I think you've been sending a bunch our way. So
word of mouth is the key, and you know, helping people out.
Yeah.
But for you guys that want to come to Shelburne RV, it can save you a 1,000-mile trip. You don't have to pay the extra fuel and time and staying in a campground. You can stay here.
Yep, and we do have a spot. That's
great service here, and pick it up here.
Yep.
And just make it more convenient for you guys.
And again, you're going to get the same quality because we're being trained by this man. He's the guru on this. So we're going to see how it's done. We're learning how it's done. And I'll show you some more videos as we go through today of what we're doing. So, but thank you, Wayne, for being here.
Thank you, sir.
As you can see, they've been working on this for a few minutes, and you can see where now this is where the shield has come off. Now, they've been working here also, but now you can see over here, this is where the ugly juice comes in. So they've got it all cut off of here, and they've got the shield removed, but now the ugly juice, this is where the magic's at, guys. This is where it comes in there and really takes that glue out of there. And that's where Wayne has spent his time, is figuring out that ugly juice. And that stuff, I'm telling you, is that good. I mean, we had paint and body guy that worked, and this stuff right here is just coming right off there. So this is the way to do this, and it's done right. And again, Wayne's done it enough that he's able to train us to make sure that it's done the way he's been doing it for all these years. And you know, once we go in here and buff this out a little bit, this will look just like it was originally. But getting this covering off and then getting the glue off, and you can see the difference from where they've been working here. This is kind of sticky now. Yeah, kind of sticky right there, but this is the smooth diamond shield. You can see where all the cracks where this has failed over the years. But now that they've gotten this off, that's where the ugly juice comes in. We've got it all taped back up. Now this is obviously very important that all this gets taped correctly, because we don't want no air bleeding through there, and the return has to be returning from the actual inside of the coach. So they've got this just about wrapped up, and then they'll be putting the cover back on. Away we go. Lewis has got the big basement air out of this Winnebago Journey, and we did determine that it does have a bad compressor 1. It did have all its charge, so it's just a bad compressor 1. But he's gone in here and got it all cleaned out, and he's at lunch right now. So while he's doing that, I'm going to get a compressor in this. So Mr. Lewis has got this one cranking. You can see the water dripping out the bottom, so it is ready to go back in tomorrow. We'll show you how we're doing that, and then I'll go back and show you where we're at on this ugly shield removal. So they've been working on this one here for a little while, and you can see, look at the difference right here you can see where the glue hasn't come off yet, but where they've polished this. And then you can see over here as he's working this off. Look how good this is turning out. Just a little bit of elbow grease. They've got all this taken care of down here. Look how shiny this is now. Well, I've been down here for the last 3 hours answering phone calls. Hey, I appreciate y'all calling. I do. I've talked to a bunch of basement air guys today, and you know, some other ones wanting to put some carpet in their camper. So it's been a busy day on the phone. So I haven't gotten much video done today, but let's go back up here. I know Mr. Wayne has been working on this, doing some training on this ugly shield removal, and I know they're getting close. In fact, I think they're probably done. They were close a couple hours ago. So we're going to go up here and see what's going on with that, and then a few projects we've been working on here in the shop. We're going to take a look at that. So let's take a ride up here and see what's going on. All right, so you can see they've got it all off there. Look how shiny and nice and neat that is. Now, obviously the reason we were doing this is because Cousin Gary made a mistake right here, and we've got to do right by the customer and fix our mistake, which we would have had to take the InvisiShield off to fix that anyways. So this has been a great trial for us to do this. You can see how nice and polished out this thing is. I mean, it's really turned out nice. So they've really been working hard on getting this done. All right, so you can see all the work they've done on it. Look how shiny and new that is compared to where we started at. You know, that thing was obviously, it was past time to take that off, and
it qualified.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, and obviously that right there, you know, that's on us, but we're going to take care of that. But this has been great learning for us, and again, this is the kind of stuff, you know. See how nice and pretty that is. That's what we want to see on every coach, especially with the InvisiShield. Of course, Wayne, you know, you've been doing this a long time.
Yes, sir.
So you know, this is the kind of quality on a removal that he gives, and obviously this is what we want to do too. So
absolutely, you can now offer it here as well and save you guys hundreds of miles traveling to Florida. Yeah. You can come here and get the same great experience with these fine people here, and
absolutely
feel like family. And Derek's doing a beautiful job.
Yep.
Highly recommend him. Very pleased with the way everything's worked out.
Yep.
Thank you so much,
so,
too.
Yeah, so thank you, man. So let me show you what we got over here on the table, just in case you want to try to do this yourself. Let me take you over here and show you this right quick. You can see, obviously, we've got it, and we're going to be selling this down at the store. If you don't want to buy it from me, it's no problem. You can get this from Wayne. You can go on his website and get this from him. Just understand the hazmat's the biggest problem in doing this, and this is one of the big things that we're trying to offer to you guys, is the fact that we have this in stock. So if you're close by, you can save yourself a bunch of freight getting that shipped to you, because we will have this in stock down at the showroom at Shelburne RV. So we had a little Cougar fifth wheel that came in. This gentleman travels for a living, and he was on his way back from Texas in a campground in Arkansas, and they were having power problems evidently at the campground, and he paid somebody to come out and look at this thing, and ended up they determined that it was a bad GFI. Well, after they got done doing the repair on it, you can see it right here, a bunch of the electrical in the camper wasn't working right. And so they worked and worked and worked on it, and finally just gave up because they couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. So Mr. Lewis brought it in here and got the diagon on it, and come to find out, they had actually gone in and wired the GFI the wrong way. So, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. So didn't wire the GFI right. So Mr. Lewis got that all fixed, and believe it or not, the thing works now. So there you go. Let me show you what we got going on up here in the roofing bay. We've got another Winnebago in here that the turn bar had come loose, and the roofing material had come out of it. And you guys saw this on one of our videos a long time ago, where we had one that did the same thing, and so we went in there and fixed all that. Now, this is the turn bar that came out of it. And that stuff just tucks down inside there, and I'm not a big fan of that stuff right there. And you saw that in one of my last videos where we did some work on that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come in here with this style turn bar, which actually gives us the drip rail. But what we're gonna do is mechanically fasten this thing to the side of the coach. This will never come loose again. Then the water, instead of just running off here, we'll put the drip rails down on the end. The water will drip off like it's supposed to. So we're gonna be working on that starting tomorrow. Well, Mr. Wayne's on his way back to Fort Myers, Florida. We got a good training session in with him. Everything is good on that. So we are now authorized to do InvisiShield and Diamond Shield and 3M removal. So we're good. Mr. Lewis did have a basement error come in. It had a problem with the original control board. Just was not allowing the indoor fan to run in the low position. So we've got that changed out. And then several videos back, you guys saw where we're building these high capacitance replacement units for the Winnebagos. That unit is actually sold going out to California. So I've got it just about ready to button up, and then Mr. Lewis will have to build a crate. So hopefully the dock workers don't destroy it. Thanks, dock workers. Maybe they can get it out there without destroying the daggum thing. The boys been working on that Winnebago. We'll go over here and look at that here in just a second. Let's go up here and check on this Winnebago roof they've been working on. You can see the new rail. And the nice thing about the new rails, we got those drip rails now where the water is caught on there. And now this is mechanically fastened. This fiberglass roof is mechanically fastened to this coach. That can never happen again, which is really the way it should have been done. But, you know, I'm not criticizing Winnebago. They do what they do. But now it's all good. It's even better. So it's nice and tight, and rail's good, and all the water will be dripping off the end there. So we're in good shape on this. Well, good morning. Got the big Winnebago Journey, just pulled it out of the shop. They got the new rails on the roof, got that all secured and sealed up. So that turned out awesome. But you knew it would. It's just what we do. So got a few things we're working on this morning. Had a emergency little enclosed trailer that showed up late yesterday with some brake issues. They're trying to go to Florida. We're gonna get that worked up and going this morning. Got one of the boys working on that wind sport, doing a seal tech on it and doing a propane drop pressure test on it, make sure everything's good on it. But yeah, just trying to get it rolling this morning. You saw what we did with Mr. Wayne from Ugly Shield, so that looks awesome. So hey, got an Ugly Shield and it taken off. We're the place now. So you can call and make an appointment and get that done. So a little bit overcast today, but won't be as hot as it was yesterday. So let's go up here. I got a few things we'll look at and then see what the boys got going on. So we just pulled in a little Gulfstream Amerilite. Now this coach right here is a 2021 model. So this is not a very old coach, but it's got slide out room problems. Now let me take you in here. I want to show you what we found. So as you can see, this is a pretty dang nice coach. I mean, it, you know, obviously been pretty well taken care of, but this is what we got going on. And we've had some water intrusion come in right here. Let me show you what I found that I do not like. And I don't think the customer did this. I would say this is probably the way the manufacturer did it, but obviously they put roofing membrane here to keep the water from coming in. The problem is that turn bar, and let me see if I can zoom in. See where it's bowed in right there? That's the same place where that has fell down because of water. So I almost guarantee you money, those screws have no sealant. There's no sealant there. There's no butyl tape. There's no sealant on any of those screws. And so the water at some point's been getting in here and it rotted this whole sealant out. Now most of them will take a Turnabond tape and tape this to keep that water from doing that. So I would say this has probably been like that since the factory, and obviously that water's gotten in here and it's done a number on this. So I called the customer about this. They're actually on their way down so we can have a conversation about this. Now, they did buy an aftermarket warranty, and somebody at the aftermarket warranty told them that they'd cover it, but there's no aftermarket warranty or insurance company unless a tree fell on that or they had some kind of damage from a storm that they could prove, something of that nature. That right there, I don't care what insurance company is going to say, that is a maintenance issue. And the aftermarket warranty ones, now, that air conditioner goes bad, that's a mechanical claim. That, nope. So, that's a bad deal. So, they're on their way down here. Gonna have a conversation with them about that. We're working on this little Coachman right here with front bunk problems. Let's go ahead and check this out. And Mr. Cody's been in here working for a little bit, and you can see what we got going on right here. You know, how many Class C's do we see that have that problem? So what we've done here, and this customer is looking for low cost, as most of them are, but you can see how much water damage has been in there. Now Cody has gone in there and ripped a piece of new 1-inch thick. Now we're going to put some stringers across here. Now this is aluminum right here, so when we go to put that back up, we'll be able to pull all that tight, and then we're going to dry this out and get some mold and mildew stain remover in here. That's the inherent problem with Class C motor coaches. I mean, you seen one several videos back in December that we were working on. The whole front end was all messed up. You know, and I tell people I don't like those. I like the ones with the whole fiberglass front ends. But then I had one in here that had a full fiberglass front end, and the fiberglass was leaking. You know, you can't win. So that's a bad deal. So we're going to try to get that fixed up for them, you know, and just get it back where they can use it. Well, I got my new coil in from Excel. There's the old one. Let me show you what we're going to do here. So this one was the one in several videos back where we had a problem way back in here. This coil is bad. So I'm going to transfer all these onto this, because this is how the coil comes. And it's easier for me to braze all this stuff right here, and then I can swell this stuff or do what I got to do. I can swell that stuff and get down there with my torch. So I'm going to transpose all this over to this. So as you can see, I've got the new coil in here. I did have to put a compressor in it because this was the one that had a bad compressor. I am going to add just a little bit of PAG oil to both these systems just because that coil's new. Typically there's some oil always kind of running through that system a little bit. And so with it being a new coil, I am going to go in there and add just a little bit more PAG oil. But I have pressurized it up to about 150 pounds of dry nitrogen just to make sure that my solder joints, my brazing joints were still good. So the oil's supposed to be in Tuesday, and I'll be able to get this vacuum down and be done with it. So this Coachman Freelander came in, and it has the same problem most Class C's do, where the bunk was coming down. And this is aluminum right here, but it had some wood down here. And so we were able to go inside and put a new piece of lumber in there, and we tied across a couple pieces that way. And then we put some big long screws in it to pull it up. This thing turned out awesome. They've got it all sealed out. It's looking good. So we're just waiting on the insurance company to call us back. There is a claim for the roof, where the roof has had some damage. So we'll see how that goes. So Mr. Adrian's been back here working on this little Trail Light B+. Came in with a bad air conditioner. Now, you guys have heard me talk multiple times before. That's the old Brisk Air 1. That was a great unit, but obviously timed out. So we traded them out with the Coleman lower assembly and a Coleman Mach 15 air conditioner. So this one here is getting close to being finished up. Well, it's getting kind of late for us on Friday. It's been a pretty busy week. It's been pretty interesting. You guys got to see all the stuff we did with Wayne from Ugly Shield. So that turned out awesome. And we didn't really have a lot of campers come in this weekend or this week. I think everybody's getting ready for this big, Father's Day weekend, getting out there with their families and kind of doing that, and that's good. So happy Father's Day weekend, everybody. Thanks for watching. Appreciate all the comments that we had this week and all the telephone calls. I again had a lot of phone calls this week. So Tori, you saw that? You see that? This is what I got. My help comes along, tries to hit me in the head with the poles. You saw that it's on video. You saw it happen. Just the way it goes, you know. He's ready to go home too, so try to knock the boss out so he can go home early. That's the way it goes some days. Look at there, they're even laughing about it. You know, this is what I do. So hope everybody has a great Father's Day weekend. Check you out next week. We got some good stuff coming on next week. So everybody take care. Please like and subscribe. We're getting really, really close. I know I say that every week, but we really are. We're getting real close. So thanks for everybody who subscribed. Thanks for everybody called. Hope everybody has a great weekend. And remember that this video is Cousin Gary approved. Thanks for watching.